What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Black Butterfly on deck with episode 8 today. And first off, let me just say, new eye alert. Put you down to my side, you already know. Also, I want to give a couple of shout outs before I go into the episode. I want to say big shout out to James Barlow from Snob. Big shout out to Chef DR, aka Daddy Rich of Harlem. I also want to say big shout out to Bodie from Flamboyant Air on 145th. And big shout out to everybody. You know it's the Valentine's Day weekend, so you already know. I know everybody gonna be loving on one another and doing the damn thing. But yeah, anyway, I just wanna piggyback on episode 7. You know, the little couple of minutes that I was telling y'all about this whole thing about black women not being protected. Well, yeah, we need to really speak about that. All right. I left off by saying that, you know, not only are we not protected physically, we're not protected verbally or over social media. It's bitches, hoes. They talking about our body parts, our pussy, our ass, you know, talking about sucking dick. You know, and it's crazy because my daughters is on social media, my mom is on social media, my sisters, and all of you are on social media. You know, that doesn't mean that, you know, there are some women who present themselves in such a way, in a manner where they're being called these things. But it doesn't apply to everybody. You understand? Like, there's a time and a place for everything. You know, that's why I say, as black women, we gotta step up and represent ourselves. We supposed to take pride in ourselves. You know, for the sisters that don't know their worth, the sisters that have that void, and you look into everything and everybody to fill this void, going shopping, thinking that you filling this void, you know, being with the wrong mate to fill this void, you know, all you got to do is turn to the Lord. Because I used to have a void. That's how I know. I'm speaking facts. And I'm speaking from experience. You understand? I did drugs. I did this. I ran the street. I did this. I went to this guy. I went to that. And at the end of the day, when I was all said and done and I was by myself, I was the loneliest person in the world. How can that even be? I asked myself, how can that be? You around this. You around that. You with the creme of the creme. You with this and that. How? How is that even possible? But those were my lows. Those was my lows. We all have low points. Whether it's self-inflicted or it's come from outside sources. We all have our low points. Nobody's exempt from that. Whether your hand called for it or not. We all have our low points. You understand? It's what we do. What, you know, once we experience this, it's up to us to take these low points. Here's one low. Take this low, put it on top. What does that do? You just build something, right? Take the next low, put that on top. What did you do? One low higher, right? And you keep doing that. You take your lows and you build off your lows in a positive sense. You understand? You gotta really, and I can't say this enough. You gotta really get with you. Go deep inside of you. You gotta figure some things out about you. You gotta get to know you. Then you gotta get to become to like you. You know, figure out the things about you that you like. You know, and then you take those things and you manifest those things about yourself. And the only thing that's gonna come out of that is you shine. You gonna shine. We all have a beacon of we're all a beacon of light. We all have this light within. Okay, people say, you know, your eyes is the window to your soul. That's where the light is. You know, and there's a lot of us walking around and there's no light. You understand? And that comes from things that we have experienced. That comes from us being devalued or us devaluing ourselves. Because you can do things to devalue yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs or acting out sexually. Let me give you a for instance. Anytime you do something negative, you are devaluing yourself. Every time you speak negatively about someone else, you're devaluing yourself. I had to really catch myself, and I had to take a look at that too, because I be saying some shit sometimes. You know, something happened with somebody, and it don't even be that deep, but I just go in. I just, you know what I mean? I just go in, and I'm devaluing myself. Like, what are you doing, Stephanie? Like, first of all, it ain't even that deep, and you done positioned yourself so well to the point where all you gotta do is stay out the way. Just stay out the way. What do I mean by that? You remove yourself. You ain't gotta have said persons or person in your personal space. You understand what I'm saying? You stay out the way. Now, later on, maybe y'all could come to some understanding and have like a little sit down and try to iron that shit out. And if not, it's fine. At least you tried. You can walk away feeling good, because you did some grown woman shit or some grown man shit. You handled yourself in a way where you didn't have to devalue yourself or have to stoop so low. You understand? What you did was you valued yourself and you valued the other person. Because anytime two people take the time out to sit down and try to hash it out and find some sort of common ground or some sort of resolution, they are valuing themselves and they are valuing each other. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say, anytime you fall out with somebody, whether it's a family member or a neighbor, and you start talking crazy, think about what I'm saying. You are devaluing yourself because you're putting yourself through unnecessary emotions. Now, granted, there is some things that are deplorable, that are inexcusable. But again, if you are positioned in life where you could just stay out the way, you do that. And by doing that, you are not devaluing yourself or the other person. But I'm going to tell you something. It takes a lot of restraint to get to that space. I'm working to get to that space. I practice it a little, but I'm not all the way there yet. So that's why I feel the need to have this conversation with y'all. You understand? Now, on this, the thing about the ladies. Ladies, this is no disrespect to any specific person. This is just a general statement. Let me just be clear. I'm going to say this one more time. This is no disrespect to no specific person. This is a general statement, okay? I'm going to say allegedly. Okay, you have some ladies who allegedly display, who promote themselves in such a negative light. They show their body parts on social media or in clubs or in the street. I'm not talking about strippers. Again, this doesn't apply to any specific person. This is a general statement. Now, you heard the saying, you are what you eat. Well, you are what you promote when it comes to yourself. If you're a woman who always displays her breasts, who's always focusing on ass shots, things of that nature, who sleeps around, what's the response you think you're going to get from that? How you think you're going to be viewed? Now, I'm going to tell you something. There is some men who just view women, all women, this way across the board. But I'm going to tell you where it comes from. It comes from those women who are just so freely to just sleep with anybody, who so freely feel the need to have to show their body parts instead of using what they got up here. You understand what I'm saying? So now we're all viewed the same. Oh, they all did it, so this group is going to do it. No. It's wrong. And it makes it bad for the rest of us. So that's what I'm saying. This is to the sisters who feel the need to do that. I'm just reaching out to you because I know why you're doing this. I don't know the specific reasons, but I kind of know that it comes from you having low self-worth. It comes from you having a void. It also comes from you done been through some shit, whether you want to admit to it or not. You've been through some shit, and it was probably some traumatizing shit that you just don't know how to, find your way. You understand? You just don't know how to find your way. So you act out by being promiscuous, by flaunting your body parts because you think that that's what you have to do. You don't. You don't. Your beauty comes from within. And once you start realizing that and start doing little things to value yourself by building yourself up, you're going to shine, baby. You're going to shine. You're going to shine so much, it might scare you a little bit. You might be like, wait a minute. You understand? Don't run from it, though, because that's what you're supposed to be. That's your rightful place. That's your rightful place. People, get mad because I call women queens. Well, what are we? Dogs? Cats? What? We are queens. All of us. Even the ones who don't know their worth as of yet. This goes back to when I said in a other show about reaching your plateau. You just haven't reached it yet. But you may never reach it if you don't take the steps to build off of your traumatization. You got to build off your tragedies. You got to build off your trauma. If it's sexual trauma, if it's domestic violence, if it's abandonment issues from a parent or both parents, you understand? You got to build off these situations. That is the only way that you grow. That is the only way that you start realizing that you are somebody and that you are valuable. I'm not talking about monetary. I'm talking about spiritually. I'm talking about emotionally. I'm talking about mentally. You understand? Those three together is bad. I mean, really, really bad. I mean, I'm talking about the bad, BADD bad. You understand? That's what makes you a bad mammy jammy. You understand? Like, you got to figure out what it is that you want from yourself. What did you expect from yourself? And you just put it into play. One thing at a time, one day at a time. You understand? Now, let me just go back to women being devalued. Not only men devalue us, you got other women that devalue us. You understand? Because we might look a little nicer or we're always smiling. So, but because we're doing that, we must think we're all that. Well, what are we supposed to feel? Huh? Because I'm all that in a bag of chips. Whether I'm sad, happy, mad, glad, kiss, get mad and scratch your ass. Yeah, I'm all that in a bag of chips. And you're supposed to feel the same way. You understand? But yes, there's devaluation comes from outside and it also comes from self. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes somebody can devalue us so badly to the point that we believe it. I'm that person. I was that person. I was always told that I wasn't going to be shit. I was always told that I wasn't shit. And this was stemming from childhood on up until my early 20s. And I believed it. To the point where I was told, oh, well, I don't give a fuck. I ain't shit anyway. Yeah, I used to tell myself that. Isn't that crazy? That's insane. That's insane. So this is what I'm telling you. People tend to devalue. But I'm going to tell you something. There's another way of devaluing you also. It could be employment. You could be busting your ass for a company, making money for this company. You can have a personality such as mine, where you attracting all the right people that are, and they might want to invest in this company, but you don't see this money. You see your regular paycheck. You can also be devalued this way or undervalued, I'll say. I was in that situation and I had to leave the job. You understand? There's many ways of being devalued. Many, many ways. Or undervalued. There's no such thing as being overvalued. No such thing. No such thing. You hear what I'm telling you? No such thing. Don't you let nobody tell you anything different. Black Butterfly is telling you, ain't no such thing as being overvalued. You understand? That means you are supposed to feel priceless. If that's overvalued, then whoever's telling you that, you need to stay on out the way. There's no such thing. You can't put a price on your life. You cannot put a price on who you are and who you are supposed to be and who you are supposed to become. You cannot put a price on that. I'd rather be overvalued than devalued and undervalued. You understand? Listen, I take pride. Let me tell you something. Let me just give you a couple of things that you can do to build yourself up. Okay, I've been through lots of shit. We all done been through some shit. I done been through sexual trauma, all that. Y'all heard it in the intro, correct? All right. I will wake up and go get me a pedicure. And that pedicure, I sit there, somebody is doing something for me. I'm doing this for me, but somebody is taking the time out, doing my feet exactly the way I like them done, massaging my legs, you understand? To get the blood flowing, circulating. When I finish and I go to step out that door, I feel like I'm $1,000,000 from a pedicure. When I go home and I take a shower, I love my smell goods. And after I dry off and everything, and I spray a little something on, little Valentino or, some Jimmy Choo, and I'll sit there and I'll savor the aroma because it just smells so pretty. I feel like the most beautiful woman in the world. You understand? Little things like that. And then when I go to bed and I get up the next morning, you can't tell me shit. I get on live, Facebook Live, put Nipsey Hussle on and do my thing. Y'all see me every morning. I feel amazing. Like I said, there's things that you can do to build yourself up. It's your life. Okay? You have a destiny to fulfill. You understand? Whether you leave here today or you leave here tomorrow, you have a destiny that you have to fulfill. This is for the ladies. This is for the gentlemen as well. You have a destiny to fulfill. Whatever you've been through, you take it and you build off of it. You take it one step at a time. You take it one day at a time. If you need a little help, you reach on out. You can always reach out to the Black Butterfly. I got you. I got you. I'm not saying that I'm the most smartest person in the world, but based on what I've been through, I'm definitely an authority. I'm definitely an authority. And I ain't going to steer you wrong. I ain't going to steer you wrong. So again, just take whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it's something that happened yesterday or something that happened right today, and you build on it. Don't let it fester. Don't let it linger. Don't take it out on nobody. Just think it through and just build off of it. Figure out a way to flip that shit. Figure out a way. You can always flip. Negatives can always be flipped into a positive. But what I don't want you to do is sit there and blame yourself to the point where you just sink lower and lower. Okay? This is about building. This is about building oneself up. And this is about building your sisters and your brothers up. You understand? So, with that being said, if you need to reach out to the Black Butterfly, do so. Hit me up in the comment section. Click like, share, and subscribe. Y'all already know the vibe. And comment, okay? And before I leave, let me just say a couple of announcements. Y'all know we got the pop-up shop coming up February 20th, next Friday. Y'all got to come to the Self-Made Mogul pop-up shop. Myself, the Black Butterfly, and Gridlock from Work Regime. Yes, my son, my love, my team, my everything. Our very first pop-up shop together at 1241 Lafayette Avenue in the Bronx, the Boogie Down between Barretto and Monida, right across the street from the post office in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. The hours is from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Come through, come support. It's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs there. This is a networking thing. This is us taking care of us, taking care of each other, supporting one another. With that being said, love on yourself, love on each other. Peace, y'all. Black Butterfly out.